So from 17 July was the advice to me from the Chief Health Officer, and that's why we're moving to that posture from 17 July. So the initial decision was, again, based on medical advice, was to go to that 14 days from 17 July for hotspots, which were parts of Melbourne. We then looked at what was happening. We reconsidered our decision. We're now going to forced supervised quarantine from 17 July based off that medical advice.
Obviously, Victorians are now banned from travelling into New South Wales. The kind of fastest way to get to Darwin from Victoria is a stopover in Sydney or say Brisbane, whose border is also close to Victoria. Does that give you a bit of a sense of safety in terms of...
I think it's an important sense of perspective. I think it's very unlikely that anyone's going to necessarily rock up to the territory, even now, from Victoria. They're meant to be in lockdown in Victoria. They're not meant to be leaving their state. So they're not meant to be going to SA, not meant to be going to New South Wales, not meant to be getting on a plane. They should be staying where they are, essentially in Melbourne. So for me, the risk of Victorians coming right now is low. We're reducing it even further, and we're certainly saying, if you come 2,500, don't. So for me, the risk has been reduced. I had that conversation with the Prime Minister during the week around the New South Wales border closures, that effectively what New South Wales and SA is doing is actually providing an extra firebreak or an extra buffer to travel to us.
After July 17th, will FIFO workers from Victoria be allowed into the territory?
No exemptions from 17 July for anyone from a hotspot. So if you're coming from a hotspot and you previously had an exemption, bad luck, gone. So FIFO workers, anyone from a Victoria now, declare Victoria, anyone from a hotspot, no exemptions.
Why didn't you make this decision on Sunday or Monday? You know, there have been these calls for a few days now, given yesterday wasn't the first level of infections above 100.
So by being the first to act and the fastest to act, we bought ourselves the time to make the right decisions. Let's be clear, our borders right now are shut to everyone, So by doing that quickly and early, we've given ourselves the ability all the way through this to make the best decisions to keep the territory the safest. So I've been talking to the Chief Health Officer all the way through this, and I can make this decision today, knowing that right now our borders are shut to all. So this is about a decision that comes into effect on 17 July. So by acting fast, acting first, getting in ahead of this, we've been able to stay ahead of this.
You spoke about how lockdown has happened quite slowly in Victoria. And, you talked about how things can change in such an instance. Obviously, you don't want to be thinking about this, but if it would have happened in the territory, what would you have done differently?
I've been very clear, I think, over the last couple of months that we need to lock down hard and early if coronavirus appears. So we've got the test, trace and trap, and we've got the rapid response teams. In my opinion, it's much better to lock down a house than a street. Much better to lock down a street than a suburb. Much better to lock down a suburb than a town. The earlier and quicker you act, the less impact there is. So for me, in all my conversations through the Security and Emergency Management Committee of Cabinet, with the Territory Controller, Police Commissioner, with the CHO, with everyone, it's about making sure we identify it quickly and act quickly. So for me, locking down as hard as you can, as early as you can, minimises the impact and the risk, and you won't see that hesitation from me about doing that.
Richard, this declaration of Victoria, Chief, so is there a time frame on that? I'm sorry,
Indefinite.
Said it, but indefinite.
Sure. When do you know, or did Dr. Heggie give you any idea of when do you think there might have been a spread into New South Wales, like an indication? So how many days are you sort of looking at that, given we've now got 9 days until our borders open? I'd imagine you're going to be looking at that closely. Have you got an indication of that?
No, but 9 days gives us plenty of time. So what worried me, obviously, was the vision of people travelling across the border. And we've always been very worried about seeding or spreading. So we've got plenty of time to get that information to be able to make that decision. I thought fair today to put New South Wales on the radar. That's the one I am worried about. SA has obviously had shut borders for a while, and we saw that movement into New South Wales. So on the radar, we'll keep watching the data.
But could it be 4 days, 5 days? Do you expect to make a decision before July 17th?
Yeah. So I'm reviewing, and as is the CHO, we're reviewing everything daily. So this is not take a couple of days off, come back to it. Coronavirus, unfortunately, is relentless, and we're watching everything every day. And even post 17 July, we'll be watching everything every day, and you'll see quick decisions from us. This has to be closely and constantly monitored to make sure we keep the territory the safest.